Taiwan. I'm Int'l with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Surgeons at a Taipei hospital have successfully performed a bone freezing operation. The patient had suffered from swelling and pain on the left side of her face for nearly 2 decades, affecting her ability to eat. She was diagnosed with craniofacial fibrous dysplasia, a disease in the skull that replaces normal bones with fibrous tissue. Surgeons removed the abnormal tissue in her jawbone and applied cryotherapy to treat the swelling. Following the operation, the patient has been able to eat without pain. Taiwan's National Association of the Deaf is planning 2 days of activities ahead of International Day of Sign Languages on September 23rd. The events will include performances, lectures, and games. A deaf Japanese artist will also share her story. Taiwan will hold other celebrations of its sign language and deaf culture this month, including a forum held by the Culture Ministry. Taiwanese Sign Language is distinct from Chinese Sign Language and developed directly from Japanese Sign Language during Japan's occupation of Taiwan. Taiwanese artists and workers behind the Paris Cultural Olympiad this summer have received awards for their outstanding performances and events that attracted tens of thousands of spectators. Our reporter Sandy Chi has the details.
Representing Taiwan on the world stage and performing with passion. In Paris this summer, it wasn't just Taiwan's athletes who did the country proud. Its artists and performers did as well. For 15 days, a total of 122 artists performed at Taiwan's pavilion during the Cultural Olympiad, which was held alongside the Summer Games. They delivered more than 50 performances, and tens of thousands of people came to watch. Among those taking the stage was indie rock DJ Elvis Lin, who brought Taiwan's groove to the French capital.
就觉得说自己没有给台湾人丢脸，真的让现场的法国人，或者是甚至外国人，然后跟我们一起跳舞，跟我们一起快乐，这样子觉得很棒，这样。
The Taiwan Pavilion owed its success not only to the performers, but also to those who worked hard behind the scenes for more than half a year to get ready.
当所有的法规、所有的现场的条件一一都浮现了之后，这些人聚集在一起，要安排所有的事项，包括我们面对极端的天气，我们也面对了现场很有可能会有一些恐攻的考虑。
Even with hundreds of people working to make the event a success, pulling it off for the first time felt like a miracle.
事实上是很多奇迹的时刻，在我们选手得奖的好几个拍点，它都是造成这个画面里面最高潮的时刻。而那一刻，我们也才了解，原来我们是在共同支撑彼此的信仰、信念。那最惊人的奇迹，当然就是最后一刻、最后一场表演，也在林玉婷得到金牌的欢呼底下，全场成为了一个好像台湾的现场。
With the Cultural Olympiad wrapped up, organizers and performers achieved more than just representing Taiwan. They feel they brought the true essence of Taiwan to the world.
其实台湾人表现出来的所有的，不管是作品或者表现出来的真诚、温暖、爱，都可以去感动每一个世界上的人。所以我觉得这是我们站到舞台上、世界舞台上最大的武器跟最大的工具。
Though the Paris Cultural Olympiad has ended, the impact and beauty Taiwan showcased to the world will linger on the international stage. Scott Huang and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
The government is reacting with suspicion to China's sudden lifting of a ban on the Taiwanese citrus fruit. President Lai Ching-te says there are ulterior motives behind the move and that it won't lead to greater trust with Beijing. Jiang Mentres has this report.
For these farmers, recent news out of Beijing is cause for celebration. China is partly lifting an import ban on pomelos from Taiwan. The large citrus fruit is a favorite in both China and Taiwan as summer turns to autumn. Before the ban, China was Taiwan's biggest market, buying several thousand tons of the fruit every year. The sudden ban in 2022, supposedly due to pesticides and quarantine issues, left farmers with a ruinous glut. Now, fruit grown in Hualien County on the East Coast will be allowed back in. But academics, China watchers, and officials here in Taiwan are wary. Pomelos aren't the only products subject to sudden bans. They see a pattern, a carrot and stick policy meant to reinforce China's claim to Taiwan and use money to keep Taiwan in line. The pomelo ban came as then U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan, a trip that enraged Beijing. And the partial lifting of the ban comes at a time when there are quarantine reasons to keep it in place. 48% of this year's crop sampled has failed inspections for issues like bugs, prompting Hualien's government to step in.
防检署就没有发出检疫证明书，那原则上就是不得输往中国。输往中国的是完全没有检出任何病虫害。
2次的处理之后，其实大部分已经合格，已经出口到对岸去，都会积极的想方设法来做好我们检疫的工作。
There's also suspicion about the fact that only Hualien is covered. Unlike the other major growing region in the south, Hualien's a stronghold for the KMT, a party China's been willing to sit down with in the past. Fu Kunqi, a big KMT figure from Hualien, even visited Beijing earlier this year. President Lai Ching-te is among those with suspicions. He told a meeting of his Democratic Progressive Party that China made the announcement unilaterally. He says Beijing bypassed the platform for talks about quarantine issues and didn't consult or tell Taiwan in advance.
中国利用特殊化经贸往来作为分化台湾的工具，反而不利于建立台海的往来互信以及促进区域的稳定繁荣。
China's Taiwan Affairs Office has presented the move as a show of goodwill, saying it will work for the benefit of Taiwan's people. But in Taiwan itself, that hasn't stopped skepticism about China's motives and what China hopes the partial lifting of the ban might achieve. James Lin and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
In China, innovators are racing to make drones for everyday consumers. That's everything from food deliveries to flying taxis. The global superpower is locked in a tech war with the U.S. and is holding onto its upper hand in this particular industry. Joyce has more.
Getting a package from the sky is no longer a far-fetched idea in China, where tech entrepreneurs have been flying new commercial drones to cut down on delivery times for goods, even perishable food, especially under tough circumstances.
海上风浪比较大的情况下，在海岛场景下，它可能会停航，就会导致这些物流以及民生用的蔬菜、水果。 然后我们这些可以克服这些一些某些特殊的场景下，可以去一个配送。
Chinese firms have been doubling down on their dominance in the global drone industry, eyeing the low-altitude economy as a major engine for growth. Last month, the first regular drone delivery service in Beijing launched one to deliver food over the Great Wall. Over 30 other drone routes are already running elsewhere, including Shenzhen, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. China's been racing to develop its tech capabilities in a fierce competition against the United States. U.S. President Joe Biden has largely blocked advanced American chips and other high-tech equipment from getting to China, to keep Beijing behind in what both superpowers see as potentially transformative technology, like artificial intelligence and quantum computing. But in manned and unmanned aircraft tech, China has forged ahead. Aside from delivery drones, firms are also betting big on aircraft to transport individual commuters.
Once the economic and safety and comfortable performance improve, it's gonna scale up very fast.
With local firms getting more drones off the ground, China will have to consider how to coordinate and regulate low-altitude aircraft as innovators push to get their city to become China's first in the sky. Ethan Chen and Joyce Sen for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, check out these images of a Georgian biker riding 33 kilometers on the surface of the Black Sea on his modified motorcycle. I'm Int'l. Take care, and I'll see you next time.